Hello everyone. Today I wanted to make a video detailing and talking about one of my favorite games that's out right now. That game is Insurgency Sandstorm. Now I will let you know, if you're not familiar with the Insurgency franchise, it originally started as a mod, had its first standalone iteration on the Source engine, and finally moved to the Unreal Engine for Sandstorm. Insurgency has always focused on a certain set of core values that really make it stand apart from anything else on the FPS market. The reason for that is it includes elements that you can find in other games and sometimes are even central to other games, but no one has ever rolled them into the same package in this way and been so successful. What I mean by that is Insurgency includes some of the smaller lane-based map design as a game like Counter-Strike, while also including the emphasis on holding angles and close quarters combat as a game like Rainbow Six Siege. And finally, it also includes the focus on immersion and unforgiving damage model as a game like Squad. Now, getting into the game itself, there are three main game modes on the casual side of things. So I will start with Push, which is exactly how it sounds, a mode where one team is going to try to push from one end of a map all the way to the other side, following a number of capture points along the way, and the opposing team is of course going to try and stop them. The second mode is going to be Firefight, and that is actually part of casual, but it's also the only competitive mode in the game. Firefight consists of each team starting on opposite sides of the map as usual, and there are 3 capture points across the map. Each team will start controlling one. So for example, one team will start with point A, the other with point C. B, in this case, would be the neutral point in the center of the map. There are 3 ways that you can win in Firefight. Number 1 is going to be capturing all the objectives across the map. Number 2 is controlling the majority of the points when the timer runs out. Or 3, killing every player alive on the enemy team. What makes Firefight a little bit more interesting is that there are no respawns to start with. So the life that you're initially playing could potentially be the only one you have. The only caveat to that is that whenever your team captures a point, you will get a new wave of respawns, and everyone who has died up until that point on your team will respawn. The final game mode in the casual lineup is Skirmish, and Skirmish is a bit of a combination of Firefight and Push. What I mean by that is it's similar to Push in the way that the entire map will be played, but it's also similar to Firefight because, unlike Push, every point is in play all the time. What that means is where you're going to go, how you're going to approach each point, and which points you actually want to fight on if the enemy team is good enough that you can't spread yourself thin and go to all of them. In Skirmish, respawns will work fairly similarly to the way that they do in Firefight, but it's a little bit more complicated. Each team is going to start with a certain number of reinforcement waves to begin with, and those will periodically revive your dead teammates, regardless of anything that you do in the match. However, if your team captures a point, it will manually respawn everyone who is dead on your team currently, and in addition, it will also add 1 wave to your respawn timer. In Skirmish, we also see the addition of the weapons cache. Each team has 1 weapon cache. These are very important because if you manage to destroy the enemy team's weapons cache and they continue to capture points, they will still get respawns for capturing the points, but it will not add to their respawn wave counter. Meaning you can effectively take away the enemy team's ability to store further reinforcement waves for later. Now, I should also touch on what I said earlier about Firefight being the mode in competitive. It is going to work exactly the same mechanically. The only difference in competitive is that it's 2 teams of 5 players. Those players are of course going to be matched by rank, and the loadouts are going to be more limited, meaning that you can't have a jack-of-all-trades, heavy armor, grenades, kitted-out assault rifle type of a build. You'll have to specialize a bit. Now, across all of the game modes, there are a lot of fun and interesting moments to be had with Insurgency, due in no small part to the amount of tactics, angles, and routes you can use, and of course, to the large weapon pool. Now, I won't be going into every weapon in the game right now for time constraint reasons, but I will go ahead and say that there's a large amount of submachine guns, carbines, assault rifles, light machine guns, handguns, sniper rifles, shotguns, DMRs, rocket launchers, and other explosives available to both teams. so there's quite a bit of variety as far as that goes. The game is a lot of fun and has a lot of content right now, but what makes it even better is that this game is receiving regular support from the developers. In fact, at the time of this recording, we're less than a month away from another major patch that is going to work on some of the game's optimizations, add to the weapons pool, and a whole lot more. The game should also be releasing for PS4 and Xbox One in the very near future. All in all, if you're looking to spend $30 on Steam, I'd say it'd be hard to look past Insurgency Sandstorm as one of your best options. From this point on, I'll just be letting some gameplay footage roll. Before I go though, I did want to say thanks for coming by and checking out the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticism, or anything else of that nature, please go ahead and drop it in the comments section down below. And of course, any likes, subscriptions, comments, or even just views are highly appreciated. So once again, thanks for coming by. You all have a great day.
Get back! Frag! Frag! Securing B! Load! Load! I'm coming! Alright, good! We captured B! Copy! You're surrounded, you know! Keep status! Enemy at B! Where are they? I captured A!